Hey, René here. Should we play a game? I'm horrendously late, and you are just in time to watch me fail to finish Antichamber today. So let's get this going. Aha! Right, so last time we were kind of around here, weren't we? We were trying to. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, that's right. We were trying to finish this last puzzle. Wait, hang on. That's showing up as a dead end. Was that bit I thought was like, was that bit I was really confused about? Not actually a puzzle, but actually a dead end. Let's go back through it because I'm confused. So yeah, these two platforms are definitely far away from each other, right? So I remember last time these two platforms moved together in such a way that I could jump across them, but I'm not entirely sure what I did to make that happen. Ah. Okay, let's drop down. Right. And still don't really know how I still don't really know how I solve this one. So, back out. Back in. I definitely got these platforms closer together last time, and I don't know how. Wait, every time you open the room, they get closer together. Right? That's definitely gone slightly longer. Let's keep doing this. Is it every time you fall down? I think it is. Every time you fall off, they get slightly longer. Oh, that's cheeky. That is real cheeky. Failing forward. It's called failing forward. That actually makes sense. Ah! Oh, forgot which button was jump though. That was a big fail. Okay, and then you activate this. Turn around, and then we're back in here. Through here. Now we're here. Now we can go back through here. The kind of like disappearing wall. It's all coming back to me now. Now we're in here. Wait, I've gone back on myself. How did I proceed from this room again? I know I managed to, but I don't remember how. Ah, there it is. Then this way. Then yeah, you basically have to back away from this, didn't you? You have to go back through this way. You're somewhere new. Aha. Okay, then there was this, which didn't really feel like it was anything but a neat visual trick. It didn't, it obviously doesn't seem to go anywhere really. Because it, yeah, it just basically takes you to the other end of the tube. If anything, it's almost kind of like a sort of like a TARDIS tube, right? It's like short on the outside, but long on the inside. But it doesn't actually seem to go anywhere. This one, I seem to remember the way you solve this is you kind of, yeah, you walk across the middle here and then some more steps. Yep. Okay, got it. Okay, good. This one, I never really quite understood what I was meant to do. I just sort of walked carefully until it gave me the win. Right, so one of these only activates when you move quickly, and the other one only activates when you stop moving, right? Yes, if I stop moving, the green one moves. And if I move quickly, the blue one moves. Right, okay, so I want to basically move a bit to get the blue one out of the way. And then stop, wait for the green one to go. Oh. Did I just get really lucky with this last time? Ah! Ah! How did I do this last time? I know I did it. Okay, maybe there's something else I'm meant to be doing here and I just managed to kind of glitch through it or something last time. That seems in character, doesn't it? Let's see here. So... yeah, even walking angers the green one, so... maybe we need to alternate between walking and running in some way that activates one but not the other. No! I mean, this is really puzzling. Ah! I feel like we may be having a corridor, a superliminal corridor moment here where I dumb luck my way through it the first time and now I have to do it again. I'm like, I don't remember. I don't understand. Okay, so green door goes up when you stop. If I walk, they both close. If I run, the blue one opens, but that means the green one definitely stays shut. Oh, hang on. Does it activate if I go backwards? Oh my god, I did this Friday and I'm like, I don't know how I did it. Ah! Oh, I nearly had that. Whatever happened then? Okay, I want to stand a very precise distance from the door, so when this one goes up... ah! Let me through! No! Curse you and your RNG. Quick look around here. What would this have been here for? I imagine I somehow solved this puzzle last time without even knowing it was here, you know? I just stumbled through the right sequence without really understanding what was going on. Okay, so the blue one seems to activate a little more slowly than the green one, which would make sense because the blue cube is actually slightly larger. But yeah, I feel like it is at least partially random because like the way the cubes kind of spread out is quite random. Oh, and I got through somehow and I don't know what I did differently. Anyway, this room is simple enough. It's going the other way this time though, which is interesting. Last time it was going from right to left. And now we're back in here. This is the room where I kind of got stuck last time. So you can drop down here. And you can ride the elevator down. And then you can go into here. Where there's a laser to open the door. But... obviously if you step away from the door closes, but we don't seem to have any tools we can use to prop the door open or block the laser. Doesn't feel like any of this is, you know, I know previously they've hidden kind of like mineable blocks in the walls and something like they've done that this time. As far as I know, that just repeats to infinity in both, you know, both up and down. I think I tried going backwards through it and that wasn't it, because yeah, it's laser activated. How could I break a laser? couldn't say like steal a cube out of there, could I, or something? As far as I know, there's been no opportunities to collect cubes at all up until this point. There have been any, I haven't noticed them. Which, to be honest, doesn't mean much. I'm gonna guess there's no cubes in here. It did almost feel like there might be something more to this room. Yeah, why would you have this here? I guess it could just be for symmetry. Pretty sure I can't get a cube through there because that would just break that puzzle if you could. Hold up. Maybe I was supposed to interact with these boxes in some way. Ah! Okay, got through somehow, Hey, how's it going? I am lost and confused, as is normal for these Antichamber streams. It's kind of weird to have this here because it's just decorative, right? It doesn't actually do anything. It's a cool effect, but it kind of feels like it... Whoa, wait! What was that? Was that a bug? Whoa! What? Whoa, hang on, what's going on here? Oh. Whoa! I guess they put this here so you can see outside the level. How did I do that and why won't it happen again? Yeah, I don't think there's any cubes to be had in here that we could use to block that door. Now it did look on the... That's a good point. Is this a bug? It's just impossible to say in this game. Now, what has me wondering is... And I don't think they would do this. It'd be kind of mean, wouldn't it? But the map, if I go back to the map, it does show that as being a dead end. Yeah, it's got the kind of rounded thing that normally means, you know, you've reached the end already. Would they have a laser that goes nowhere? That would seem honestly kind of weird. Or maybe there's a dead end later on, you know, later on down that sequence, we just haven't found it yet. Okay, what's this one? Ah, yeah, this is the one where I need to draw a thread from the previous puzzle. What's this one? Haven't I done this one? Huh? We've got to the point in the game where it's like most of the puzzles have been done, meaning there's only like really difficult ones left. Okay, there's some way out of this room that is a puzzle. So is it here? Okay, let's take us here. We've definitely... I'm pretty sure we've already solved everything in here that we can solve. There was up there, but it didn't seem like it's possible to get up there. Let's give it a try. Let's push this big box into the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna need the mouse for this one. You go over there. I did have a look into it, and multiple people have made mouse profiles for this game. None of them map middle mouse button, which is weird, given it's needed to complete the game, and it's not even that late into the game you find that out. Okay. There's just something else I can do with this cube, like say if I could somehow get it underneath one of these larger cubes, but I don't think that's possible. Ah! That's entirely possible, but it's about the halfway point, right? I'm not sure that jump's possible using just that. There must be another way of doing it. Hang on, can I... I wouldn't be able to find that from out here. I need to reset this room. So, where was it? Yeah, wasn't it? Oh, that's now showing us a line. An arrow, sorry. So we've definitely been that way now. Okay. This one also has this exit. Where's this go? Fly? Have I already done this room? I feel like I've already done this room. Yeah, I've already done that room. Okay. It's this one here. This one I haven't got the hang of yet. You can just somehow get through this corridor without angering the teleportation gods. I haven't figured out how to do that one yet. And there's probably another way out of this room. Stop respawning! Okay, we can use the middle mouse and was it left click combo for this? Hey, don't do that. I got through this once. This is apparently another route out of this puzzle, and I'm not entirely sure what it might be. I'm pretty sure we've been down there as well. I've definitely solved that, but I don't remember how. Let's just teleport to the other side. Okay, can we move this cube to the ceiling? I don't know if we can. It's worth a try. We can. Wait, can we move these the same way? No. No, of course not. Okay, I don't really know what I can do with that information, but if you were wondering, there it is. The cube is on the ceiling. Okay, this one has another exit as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one. I wonder if I could steal the cubes out of this and use them on that puzzle. I don't think I can, because I think they'll just get obliterated on going through the walls of that one. You go over there. Oh, I think that's going to hit the wall and go pop. I'm sorry, cubes. Although I had a pretty good idea that was going to happen, I didn't know for sure. And I also can't middle click these, probably because they're behind the wall. So, WTF indeed, what could I do with this? Okay, I can stand inside it, right on the edge, and I can then connect them together. Probably use this to make a big bridge, right? Okay, we've now got all of the blocks we're likely to get. So I'm going to set them over there. And then send them over here. And oh, I've messed up. Go that way. Oh no, it's too close to the ceiling. Okay. That nearly worked though. So that's probably how you do that. Yeah. Sacrifices have to be made, even if they are blocks. Okay, let's try that again. Let's combine them all together in a nice big lump in the corner. Okay, you go that way. That way. Making your own little language here. Okay, and then I need to stop it. Okay, and then drag it this way. Stop it. Stop. Okay. Climb on it very carefully. Okay, and then we're going to send it that way and run along it as it goes. Oh no, it's got too close to the ceiling again. Ah! Ah! Oh my god, these puzzles. Where the heck was I? Oh, this'll take me to it anyway. Okay, let's try that again. I can see something looking interesting over there. I see a pair of jump pads. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Okay, we need to get down. And then we stop it. We draw it over here. And we stop it. Okay. And then inch across to the side of it. And then we need to get rid of this, really. No, you go over there. Ah! No, don't draw from the bit I'm standing on. Ah! Oh my goodness me. There has to be another way out of this though, because like according to this we didn't take the true exit from this puzzle. What could it possibly be? How can you possibly get out of this puzzle? Because you can't take this cube with you. That's just impossible. Yeah, this field destroys the cube on contact, so we can't get it out of that box. I don't think we can get anything else out of there. And I was thinking maybe you could sort of jump from there, but it doesn't seem possible to get into there. There doesn't seem to be any other way of interacting with this, really. There's nothing on that side we can get to. And I was wondering if maybe I could draw the yellow cubes through from the other side of this field, but I don't think it's really possible because once you've gone here, there's no easy way back to that room we were just in. I wonder if there's a way of pulling something down from there. That's WTF. How do we get back to that room we were just below? Oh, it's quite early in the game, so it's probably around here. Oh, there's another exit from this one, actually. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This one, these cubes are not interactive at all. I'm gonna guess the field is just too close, we can't quite grab them. Okay, back to where we were before. So many puzzles fighting for my attention. You go over there. And I might actually stop there just so I don't end up with like a massive pile of blocks again like I did last time. So I think that was actually, yeah, actually I'm going to restart this puzzle this time. This time I'm not going to merge them all together as I think I'm making too big a pile and it's making a wall that I have to kind of work around. Whereas if I just didn't do that, I ended up with a very small platform, but that's workable. And I'm just going to append one more to the back of that. And then I can draw it this way. Aha. Aha. Okay. Okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. You go that way. Ah! Woo! Nearly fell off it. Woo! Okay. Oh. Obscure problems may require unusual solutions, such as sacrificing an army of cubes. Okay, what's this? Stairs in the ceiling, good. Jump pads. Something down there, can we... Is there any way of getting past these jump pads? Maybe we'll find out in a second. Jump pad. Hang on. Oh, I was going to say... Hang on, I recognise this puzzle. Yeah. It's because I've been here before. Man, now that I know that mechanic exists, it's the self-deletion mechanic. It makes everything so much easier. Okay, we're down here. How the heck did... Where was the W? Ah, here we go. And now this one's called hitting a wall. So I wonder... Do I have to build a wall? Or somehow raise one up. Now I can see something down there, but I can't quite reach it as it's behind glass. It looks like... Yeah, it looks like we can't laser that as we fly over. There's no other real sources of cubes here, as we can't get them out of this purple box. Ah, hang on. I think as long as I keep this in sight... Yeah, okay. As long as I keep the corridor in sight... Ah! Ah, might not be possible though. I was thinking, maybe I keep bouncing up and down on the jump pad, and as long as I keep the hole in sight, it won't disappear. Is there? Yeah, there it is. Actually, it's interesting. This shows multiple ways. Oh, wait. One of the ways out will be the actual solution. Okay, so... Is it possible to grab any blocks without losing sight of this corridor? Hang on, yes it is. It is. Okay, let's make a nice big pile of cubes here and then drop down and make ourselves a wall. Okay, now we should be able to build a wall on top of the wall. Just use the mouse, because I can't quite hit it from all the way over here. Aha! And I've landed on the wrong side. Oops. That wasn't smart. That was not smart. Do it again. At least we got the idea now. Okay, let's draw some out. Let's grab the drawing. Oh no, 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 I looked away. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Very careful not to let it off the screen. Aha. Go. And there is something satisfying about leading a cube of, sort of trail of cubes wherever your bidding may be. And that. Oh wait, did they just disappear? Ah. Oh, what? What? I don't think the game expected me to do that. Oh well, we can collect a bunch of cubes in the What? Huh? Okay. Like you said, a game like this can't really have bugs. It is also possible I'm solving the puzzle very incorrectly here, but this feels like a correct way of solving it to me. Anytime today. I wanted to take the faster option, but the game said no. No! I looked down too quickly and it went out my field of view. Damn it! Okay, walk as far back as possible. It's ironically safer to be far away from the hole you want to keep present, just because it's harder to accidentally bump it out of your field of view. Okay, come on. Okay, be careful. No! No, damn it! I went too slow. Ah! This is one of the simplest puzzles in the game. It's actually driving me around the bend. Just how hard it is to execute it. Ah. Fill my inventory. Come on. Look down, keeping it in that field of view. Good, 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 good. Good. No, you're not going to bounce me back out the hole. No, 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 nope. And land in the corner. Yes. Oh, now we cross the other side. Now we make a tower. If I can. Ah! Okay, I'm going to use the mouse. Once again. There we go. We can then, I think I know what I have to do. Oh, actually, am I going to have enough cubes to do that? Okay, I'll very slowly and carefully draw the mouse down so I don't delete the cubes and trying to recover. And then, I'm going to replicate them. Aha, now we have many cubes. And we should replicate them a bit more. We should be able to flood fill that puzzle pretty easily if we've got enough cubes. And then we're going to have to build I think we're going to build a staircase to get back out of here. I don't see how else we're going to get out. So it's that one. Oh no, that went wrong. That's not what I meant to do. What can we do with this? Can't place inside any of these. Oh, okay, it's just one of these puzzles again. Okay, fair enough. Yes, we just want to split it up into smaller and smaller pieces as we go. Pretty easy. Oh, we're going to need two there actually. So you go there, you go there. Okay, we need to split this one up now. This might be a bit difficult. You go there. I'm just going to join this whole thing back up and see if we can split it up a bit more finely than this. Yeah, that's good. And we can move it back up. Oh, logic, my brain, ow. So we need to somehow split this into a 2 and a 1, but we only have gaps of the 1 across. So I guess I would split it first in this corner, but then I wouldn't be able to make the 2 to go here. We have that. Oh wait, we just don't have enough tiles in here. Huh. Huh. We're actually 1 short. We don't quite have enough tiles to fill the whole puzzle. And we don't have a way of adding more tiles to it because there's no kind of like receptacle tiles. You know, there's no receptacle sort of blocks we can put them into. Let me just double check that. Yeah, we need 2 up there, 2 there and 2 there, but we only have 5. Huh. Hang on, is the middle of this hollow? No. I was wondering if maybe we could replicate them inside the wall, but it doesn't look like it. That's not passable. Huh. Consider my brain teased. How the heck do I go from 5 to 6? And I've just had a quick look over there. We're currently covering 2, and that's 1/3. That's 1/3 progress. So it must be a matter of filling all 6. Yeah, it's not maybe you just need 5 or 6. You definitely need all 6. There's no way in there, is there? No, that's completely sealed in. Kind of interesting, don't let us get any closer, and this is like an exploit you'd be able to do if you could get closer. Okay, so my first incorrect assumption is clear that that you start by going that way. That's clearly wrong. So I can split it into like a 3 and a 2 again. Can then send some that way, and some that way. Does that get me anything? Not really. Yeah, it looks like I can't cut it any finer than that because I've only got a... Okay, I can cut it into... All I can do is cut it into a 3 and a 2. I can't cut it any finer than that. There's definitely no way of getting any more blocks in there. Yeah, they just stack on top. Huh. Just build a staircase. Just have a bit of a think about that. I'm gonna guess you probably, to get over this wall, right? You probably do this. Actually, I could use the flood builder to make a staircase here. There we go. One neat staircase built. Aha. Well, that's definitely how I get between the 2 halves of the glass now, but that puzzle is still vexing. Time to guess how much I filled it. Yep, there we go. Nice. Oh, I overfilled it. Oops. I guess I build a mini. I'll do a mini flood fill here just to kind of make a sort of like a ramp leading up to it. Oh no, that didn't do what I expected. No. There we go. Nice. Aha. Every game's Minecraft now. Right, what am I doing about this? So I definitely have only 6 blocks, right? There's no other way, so only 5 blocks. There's no way to get a 6th block out of this puzzle. There's no way to, say, reuse a block to hit 2 of them at once. This doesn't seem possible. There's no way to, say, get blocks into or out of the frame either. It's just got stuck like this. Okay, let's just try everything and see if anything does anything interesting. Is it possible to get a 4 and a 1? I don't know what that would do, but that's something I've at least not managed so far. That's a 3 and a 2. That's a 3 and a 2 still. Okay, now I've made a 4 and a 1. Still can't really think of what that would give me, but that's something at least a bit different that I didn't manage to do before. So I can actually split that off now into 2 2s. Give me 1 there, 1 there, and 1 I can't actually get to. Oops. Well, at least I found a novel way of soft locking this puzzle, I guess. So many red cubes, just none of them where I want them. Might have to come back to this one. I just don't really know how I go from 5 cubes to 6. It just doesn't quite add up, if you pardon the sort of pun. What was this one? In the foundations. Apparently there's another exit out of this room. I wonder if this has something to do with it. Because I came in through here. Yep, came through there. What's this? I might have seen this and assume it goes somewhere I don't want to go. Or did I? Pretty sure I've been through here, right? This is the one where you have to choose left or right, I think. And yeah, I've been through there because that's the one where every time you reload the platforms get closer together. I'm just gonna double check what this one is because I think I remember what it is, but I'm not 100%. So let's break this puzzle. Yeah, let's harvest some. And then flood fill it some. Good. Then steal some cubes. Or don't. Actually, I think that happened last time. That just didn't do anything. I tried to draw them out. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been that way. Grow a garden anywhere. Ah, yeah, I seem to remember this one here. Let's just grab all the cubes we got out of here. Okay, that one we've done. We've definitely done that one. And while we've done this one, I'm not sure if we've done that one over there. I don't remember what it was. I think it was the one where we had to basically like draw the cubes along the path and sort of make a bridge out of them. Okay, that's probably enough cubes. Let's put them in the wall and see what happens. Yep, there we go. And then let's make a big mass of them. That's quite a few cubes. That'll probably do us. Oh yeah, I remember this one. You know what? You know what? I think I know how you do that one. Now that I've looked at it again, I think I need to flood fill the whole puzzle. That would make a that would make that one extremely easy if I could just completely flood fill it. That way, the flood fill power is actually really quite strong. I'm not actually quite sure what the logic is for where it draws the cubes from. It's mostly just sort of does what you want it to without you having to tell it exactly where to draw them from. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Like in this case, it knew to draw them like from over there rather than there. Maybe it's like the age of the cube. Maybe it eats the oldest cube first. That makes sense. Okay, now we're going to flood this thing. Bring in all your cubes. Okay, there we go. That's a good start. Start laying down lots of cubes. Farm all of these cubes. That is a lot of cubes we're accumulating. That will probably do. Now I don't think these flood fill in 3 dimensions, but we should be able to get pretty deep into this box just by doing that. Okay, we've completely filled that side. Completely filled that side. Actually, what I've probably just done is broken the puzzle. Thinking about it, you actually want to get like one up there and then draw a line sort of diagonally because that'll hit those two. And you kind of want to get one up there and then draw it down there. How would you do that if you don't have holes here to kind of like draw the cubes through? Guess what you could do is you could draw it to there and then very carefully draw it to there. Oh, and it just missed the laser, damn it. This game is accursed. Oh no, I've only got that to like one fragment. I think I had like similar issues this last time. No, I think I flooded it. I put way too much in it. Can I clear it down a bit? Not really. Not really. I thought putting more cubes in it might help, but I think you actually want to be very careful and precise about exactly how many cubes you put in this. Okay, and the question is, if I go back to the map, right, and I have a look at this room here. This room here still apparently has an exit I haven't encountered. This has me wondering, what could it possibly be? I wonder if it's possible to... Hang on. No, there's no way you could possibly get a cube out of here into here. I was wondering if you could maybe just like start blocking in this and stop it growing back. I guess I would need to... Ah, hang on. No, hang on. Hang on. Thinking for a moment. That at the end of that corridor is the laser grid puzzle, right? So how can it possibly also be around there? Is that a different laser grid puzzle that just happens to look very similar? I just assumed I finished it because I've finished a similar looking puzzle before. Because while there are discontinuities in space in this game, that's one that I don't think has been kind of like explored and expressed so far. Okay, let's go right. And I was like, oh yeah, I've already done this puzzle before, but have I really? That looks very familiar. I think I've done this puzzle before. Let's go back. Wait. Hang on. Didn't this go somewhere else last time? Did walking that way teleport us back this way? I guess it could have done. Man, this game is messing with my head so much. Because this no longer has the kind of gap crossing puzzle where you have to draw the thread. Flood fill it, go. Very good. Okay. Now we anger the cubes. Oh, it just ate my cube. How rude. So this has me wondering, is there a different exit I can get to by cycling back that way? I don't see anything obvious. What was that puzzle like? Oh my god, my brain is melting playing this game. It's just completely going. Feels like I want to get inside that box, right? Maybe what they do is I kind of get these moving to kind of distract them, and they use the flood fill to really, really give it a good punch. So let's just grow ourselves some resources here. Steal a lot of them. Where did my cubes go? Oh, there is a space down there. Yeah, we're definitely meant to be going down there. Okay, so... Ah, hang on. Maybe if we encase this in cubes, the balls will stay inside and do more damage. Oh no, they're actually just busting straight through my cubes. That's kind of rude. Well, that looked like it actually opened then. Okay, maybe we can fence in two sides of it. And then use the wall to kind of like really sort of... Yeah, to really kind of like channel the damage. No, that's not working. That's interesting though, that I can't erase this block, so they can erase mine. I wonder if I can draw blocks through it. No, I can't. If I stay completely still and then avoid antagonizing it at all, if I only move slowly, does that reveal anything? It's not looking like it. And I've hit a lot of dead ends tonight. Okay, let's do a bit of a review because we're sort of coming to the end of like having made basically no progress. There's some kind of exit from this that is unknown. I'll double check that this doesn't go somewhere useful. I think it does. Some paths are straightforward. Where does this go? Ah, hang on, I think we can go lower on this by jumping up and down that. Okay, it's going to be maximum velocity pretty much because we barely dodged the ceiling then. Anything on this side? No. And we were there? Oh my god, I'm so lost and confused. Alright, okay. There's apparently a different exit from this room. Oh, it'll be this one. Yeah, that's the finish line there, definitely. And it says the end above the door. I'm going to guess that we're going to get some kind of new item at some point that lets us kind of like zap through this in some way. What's this? How we perceive a problem can change every time we see it. Hang on, hang on. We haven't been in here in a long time. Maybe there's something new I can see in here just by being in here. So I did just see that cube walking around the pipe on the wall. Maybe I need to lead it somewhere. It only seems to move when I'm looking at it. Where are you going, cube? Who sent you? Come on, cube. Move it. Where are they going to be going? Come on, cube. This better actually be a solution and not just me wasting time watching an animation. There is the question, what will it do when it reaches the other end? I think we've seen a few cubes in the wall like this. Never was able to kind of like figure out exactly what they're for. Yeah, 'Cause it looks like there's no hole at the end where you can grab it or anything like that. What are you gonna do, cube? What are you gonna do? Oh! Where did it go? Well, I guess we'll never know. What was through here? This was the one we had to kind of like stare at it. Oh, that was the one we had to go slowly. I remember that now. This is the one we had to go backwards. Was there anything interesting here? Oh yeah, that takes us back to kind of like the window warp. This has me perplexed. I've got no idea what to do with this. Jump and fall down here, but that doesn't really get us much. I really should start annotating a copy of this map. Okay, so a jump too far is probably where the end of the game is. What was this one? Over the edge. Oh, this is this one. I think it's kind of interesting they'll spawn you in here, but there's no way to get cubes that I know of. Like, I don't think it was possible to draw that all the way up there, was it? So without the cubes in the previous room, you cannot get over this gap. Regardless of whether they're needed for that puzzle, you can't get them over this gap. So you can't get yourself over that gap. So yeah, that one. This one, not sure. Possibly something to do with this in the middle. It does look like there's something down there, but I don't see what it is. Do I just keep running around it until they pop all the tiles? Looks like they're replacing them slightly too frequently for that to really work. Okay, so that's laying the foundation. And then this one is hitting a wall. That's the one with the block puzzle I'm not quite sure what to do with. Leap of Faith. This one apparently has another exit. That's another glass, we can't interact with that. This looks like a stairway wall, but it actually isn't. Oh wait, or is it? I could have sworn I stared at this before and it did nothing. Oh! Patience has its own rewards. Oh! Well, how about that? And this actually looks like a relatively early puzzle in the game because blue cubes. Okay, so we want to block all of these lasers with one cube. So there's a simple way of doing this, which is you just kind of stack, oops, just sort of build kind of like a tower, right? One block at a time, delete previous one, draw the next, delete, place, misclick again. Ah! One of the things that keeps throwing me about this is the buttons are the opposite way around to Minecraft. There's a lot of problems I could probably solve with some keyboard remapping. And then, block the door. Yep. Yep, this was definitely a very early game puzzle. It makes sense. There's nothing wrong with taking shortcuts. What do you mean shortcuts? Oh, damn it. Didn't want to do that. Should have blocked the door first, shouldn't I? And then there's going to be a sequence of blocks and oh, okay, I should just get through. Oh. Huh. Well, I've already been here, so Coming back around to it. Well, at least we solved the mystery there. So yeah, moving from left to right again. There's this one, which has the block puzzle I haven't quite figured out how to do yet. There is one long corridor. Need to do something in that corridor to stop it teleporting us. No idea what. 4 different eggs. Sorry, connecting the pieces has some kind of extra solution we haven't quite figured out yet. But other than that, we're nearly done with this game, I think. Nearly. There was also this here, which I might look that up because like I think that's done, given there's kind of like a marker on it saying, you know, it's done, but it felt kind of off. Yeah, the game has labeled it as completed, but it didn't feel completed. Okay. Yeah, the map is so tantalizingly close to being done. So how else could I finish this puzzle? I can grab a ton of cubes. Like an absolutely monstrous amount of cubes. What can I do with them? Anyway, I think that'll do it for tonight because I'm stuck at many walls. So, thank you very much for watching. I was kind of hoping I'd make more progress in this tonight, but at least we didn't make no progress. Have a great evening and I'll see you some other time.